Aloha, beautiful ladies. Welcome to the Woman Unleashed Retreat. My name is Amber Quile Milani Benici. I am your host, and I am welcoming you with open arms to our session today. Who's ready to unleash their lioness? I'm pumped up. I'm excited. But before we do that, there are a few things just to get you settled. For materials today, you have your Unleashed journal, coloring goodies. We're going to go through some other material options that, when we actually start the session. So get yourself settled there. I've got a cup of something yummy that I'm drinking in my owl cup today. Whitney, are you drinking something yummy today?
I was drinking something yummy in my favorite mug. It's like my Buddha belly mug. So yeah, I've got coffee with my special shamanista blend in it. Just my own personal.
I love that you have a shamanista blend and you've got shamanista earrings. Like you're doing the whole shamanista thing. Shamanista, I love that word. Yeah. So today, ladies, let's go ahead. Let's take our breaths just to get grounded, to get present, and then we're going to go ahead and dive right on in. So close your eyes with me for a moment and go ahead, and anything that's happened from before this session, any energy that's lingering that came before now, I want you to inhale in and exhale and let that go. Noticing anything to come, any energy or expectation, anything that you're worried about in the future. Let's inhale in and together exhale and let that go. And our third and final breath, inhaling, smelling this moment, this time together, nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Inhale and exhale and release. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I can introduce to you our beautiful, beloved guide today. You already saw her phantasmic feather shamanista earrings. But it's my pleasure to welcome Whitney Freya. So Whitney Freya is the author of 3 books on personal creativity, including her newest book, Rise Above, Free Your Mind One Brushstroke at a Time. And we have something special for you at the end, so pay attention to that. Whitney is super passionate about empowering you as what she calls a rainbow warrior. We're going to talk about that a little bit today, which is really a force of positive change to really help you, move into your work, move you into this world and beyond. She has online programs, retreats, workshops. She's like me, she's a workshop girl. She empowers creatives and healers to earn money doing what they love through her Creatively Fit coaching training program. And she's the mother of 3 teenagers. We were just talking about the end of school and all of that. She lives up in the Wild West in the mountains of Northeast Oregon. But today we get her here on our retreat. So Whitney, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Amber. It is so fun to be here. I'm thrilled to get to play with you today.
I know when we were talking about the session, what we were going to do, you told me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so pumped up. Like I've been in the energy of the lioness and unleashing. And so I can't wait to kind of play. And last time I just had such a great time with you last time we played, but tell us, what are we doing today? What tools, all of that.
So first, I think we have to invite all of you into this energy that Amber and I are already tapped into. And today is all about creating a whole new relationship to your own lioness self. And the lioness has been really active for me really over the last couple of years. One of the things I do is prescribe sacred symbols to people. And the lioness is a sacred symbol of protection. And the lioness has been coming up so much because there is this new level of fierceness that I believe as women unleashed we have been called to over the last 3, 4, 5 years, right? And really taking back our power, roaring our truth. I know for me it kind of started out as more of a meow in certain areas of my life, right? Like we all have these pockets of our life where we get to continually learn and grow and humble ourselves. And so it may start out as a meow, and it can end as a roar. And what I really have experienced it through my own personal painting practice and creative work, and that I share with so many others, is that working with images and symbols weaves your thoughts, your being, your feelings into the energy of that symbol or image, and it can literally change your energetic landscape. And so that's what Amber and I have just been, kind of exemplifying for you, because we know we're showing up today to introduce you to this lioness energy and how she can help you protect and roar into being more of your joy, being a powerful force of joy in your life and in the lives of those around you, that we're showing up differently. Than if we were showing up. Like bear is another totem that's been coming on strong. I was just driving through Canada and I saw 7 bears, like 3 grizzlies and 4 black bears. And so I've been kind of meditating and painting with bear energy, which is super different than lioness energy, right? And so the lioness is really speaking to our wild woman self. And the power that we truly own, that isn't the same as the left brain, logical, masculine power, right? And, to be totally honest, a lot of you know this, but, my personal canvas, my kind of Achilles heel, and where I've been learning, growing the last several years, has been connected to my divorce. And when I talk to other women, which of course I do, that are in some state of discontent with the energy of their marriage, I'm really empowering them to understand the strength and the like majesty that we bring to a family and a marriage. And it's the feminine qualities and the ability to create and infuse any situation, whether it's the dinner table or a birthday or, a picnic, with joy. That's our superpower. And I know for me, if I had realized that more, I'm not saying things would be different. It might have ended sooner, frankly. But, the fact that what I bring to the table energetically is priceless. And that wasn't in the realm, that wasn't in our reality at that point. I did work that brought me joy that didn't bring me a lot of income, and that caused a lot of tension. And so what I brought to the table, just because it didn't show up as dollars and cents at that point, is just as powerful as this lioness energy. So for all of us as women right now, whether this lioness is going to speak to you in your business, in your place of business, if you work somewhere, with your children, your teenagers, your lover, you're just defending your time to really nurture your joy, because the more of us that are joy in the world, the higher we're going to raise the vibration of this planet and let go of some of this low vibration stuff we're dealing with. That is of huge, tremendous value. And, we just weren't raised, right? As women, it was like, the whole sugar and spice and everything nice, and, being so calm, you're going to make such a good mother. And like, we weren't taught to be lionesses, right? And
I love this whole conversation. I'm thinking like of lioness, I'm going totally Lion King. I'm going like to the movie of like, this is what I'm like the lionesses, they were the one that like went for the food, and they were like, they were like the pack, and they were like the people like holding it, keeping it all together, and they were fierce too. So I'm like, I'm loving
it. In the actual, like, I've been to Africa multiple times and on safari once, twice, whatever. Anyway, and you look at the lion and the lioness, right? So, the lion sleeps 18 hours a day. The lion doesn't do the hunting, right? It's all the lionesses, and they're a pack, right? Which, like, I love, because, I just have friends coming to visit all the time, and I just want to bond with my soul sisters. So, So the lioness is like the strength and the like the creative force that keeps the lions alive. I mean, the lion is, you know, the sperm basically, and you know, and he roars and defends his lionesses against the others, but it's the lioness that is the force of nature in that relationship, which it's not a good or bad, right or wrong. It's just that as we bring our world into balance, which means we have to do it within ourselves first, right? So recognizing your power and understanding where you're giving away your power, where you're letting someone else's story diminish or somehow make you feel like, yeah, I don't have anything to offer here, right? Lioness is like, girl, let me tell you, we're going to roar it into being. And this subject of joy, you know, choosing your state of being. Amber, I don't know if this has come up for you recently. This has been coming up, like, you know, other books I read and other people talking about this, but the ability we have, the freedom we have in any given moment to choose our state of being, no matter what's going on outside of you, right? No matter what the weather is, the traffic, whatever the mood is of the other people in your house, the bank account, you know, anything like that. In any given moment, you are free to choose your state of being, the energy that you are going to be generating and radiating. So the lioness, and like the goddess Sekhmet, this is the sun goddess. Like this is this radiating light and power that we're being called to remember that we have, right? And as women, you know, showing up in a space, we're really there as the energetic caretakers. I mean, that's really our role. And I know for me and a lot of the women I work with, we're in this state of remembering how powerful that is and how much that can influence our world. And joy, I don't think anyone can pick a feeling they would like to feel more of than joy. So in my book, Rise Above, the chapters are organized by these states of being, by energy or feelings. So the first one, which is near and dear to my heart, chapter 1, is freedom. So connecting to all the ways that you're free and how to create that energy of freedom. And the last chapter is joy. And each chapter has an animal totem. And the lioness is the animal totem for joy, because I really felt like we were being called to protect fiercely our right to be joyful, and as well as the time spent doing things that aligned us with that energy of joy. And, you know, if you've got kids and husband and, you know, work and all this stuff that you're juggling, we're going to connect to Lioness today so that you can roar into being your time spent creating the energy of joy. And the lines, you know, frankly, I was creating examples for this workshop, and my friend Melissa Lucia, who's here, was did some too that I can share with you guys. And you know, I still show up first, left brain, like, okay, so I'm on with Amber, like this has got to look good, you know, and I'm this artist, right? And really my first passion for this creative practice is to simply use the medium of color and form and symbol and imagery to meditate on this powerful lioness joy roaring energy. So whatever it ends up looking like is really secondary. And in the process of recognizing where we get a little sticky, like, ooh, I don't know if this is going to look good, like worried I'm not good enough or this enough, that's all information for you. It's like the whole process holds up a mirror, right? So where we can recognize where we might be diminishing or holding back. So with the invitation for you guys right now, and I can start showing you some examples. Clearly Amber is on it. She is connecting to her lioness already. The invitation is to create this lioness radiant joy energy in your journal or whatever it is you're creating on. So I've got things. Do you want me to show some kind of ideas, inspiration?
Yeah, I think we can show some inspiration. I just want to encourage the ladies that, like, and I don't know, you're probably going to have different examples, but it's like, it can be as simple as like color on a page, you know? It can be like, if you're thinking like, I don't know how to draw a lioness, you know, like we're going to show different examples. Let yourself be messy. And if you're just a perfectionist, let yourself be unperfectionist. If you're not perfectionist, try and add a little of that in, like play with the energy of what's coming. So yeah, go for it.
Right. Your lioness queen. And then what I want to do is show you some of these examples just to like take the pressure off, because that's what it's going to do. And we also have some downloads. I'm going to have some downloads that you can just download and print and use, as well as templates. I've got a couple different things. And then I want to kind of take you through a guided meditation to guide you into the process, which you could listen to as you begin your lioness creation. Okay. I love merging, weaving the guided meditation into the painting because it helps replace that inner critic and that comparison self with just a state of presence that is really supportive of your creative practice. So the first thing I connect to with the energy of the lioness is this radiant golden light, right? That it's like, it's the sun. So it's really this wonderful balance of masculine and feminine. And it's just this pure light power. And I have really connected over the last several years with this, again, this ability we have to choose our state of being and to understand the power of the energy that I'm radiating. Just as I go through the day, whether it's the grocery store or, a kid's basketball game or a Zoom meeting or a webinar or whatever it is, that without saying a word, I am radiating an energy that you're picking up on energetically, often on an unconscious level. And by focusing on what I want to radiate, that there is tremendous juiciness, like there's this multidimensional, yum that happens when you understand that you're communicating not just through your voice and not just visually, but on this energetic level. So the first invitation would be to connect to the radiant lioness sun power energy. Okay. So when I started doing this morning, I had a page in my journal. And I just got out, I got out yellow and orange, and I got out a fluorescent yellow and pink. And I just started creating this kind of mandala of this radiant energy. And of course, the lion is the one with the mane, and the lioness, I think she doesn't need a mane because she's just like roaring her power into the world. So I did just doodling in this kind of mandala radiant sun format. And then I started writing the words joy and I am joy and protect my joy into the painting. And this is just on paper in a journal. Okay. So that would be my first invitation. And then you can kind of see I started to kind of allow the lioness to come through. And one of the templates, and this kind of cracks me up, but I really dug, I've never done this before. So Amber's inspiring new territory. So I created like this, like this lioness. Oh, you can't really see the teeth. She's got some great teeth. So I created like this little lioness mask that you could print out and cut out and like stick in the middle of your sun. And I just kind of liked how that looked, right? It kind of has this.
So cool. I love it.
Yes. And you can color it in and make it stronger or whatever. But what this symbolized to me as I did this was energetically kind of this ability in any moment. So when you get triggered and, somehow lioness will just come to mind, right? It's like, okay, so am I holding back something? Is there something I want to radiate? Is there something I need to protect, right? We all have these kind of left-brainers, naysayers in our world. It's like, well, why would you want to do that? Or, like we've got these other really important things we have to do, like weed the garden or, do the laundry or I don't know, stuff, like productive stuff. So it's almost like I felt as I created this in reality, right, I created this so that you could take this lioness energy and superimpose it on anything that you created. So on a symbolic level, it's all of us together deciding that we have this lioness power and strength to defend our right to be joyful, to pursue those things and hunt those things that are going to bring us joy. And that is our most important, and even to our survival, like the survival of the essence of who we really are and who we came here to be as wild, divine, feminine women. I mean, come on, women unleashed. Like, we are so down with this lioness energy. And I know we all know, and we may not want to like blurt it to the screen, but we all know times probably in the last 48 hours where we've just kind of stepped back, and not always a bad thing to let things take their course, but maybe we haven't roared into being. I have to tell you this, I was going around town yesterday selling rodeo tickets with my daughter. My daughter's like a cowgirl, like the blingy belt and the curled hair, all this stuff. And I was wearing my Alibaba pants from Nepal, and like my cosmic t-shirt and the bandana and my sacred geometry earrings and my flip-flops. And we were going into the Home Depot, but like the ag Home Depot of the county. And she's like, Mom, do you want me to just take the money in so you don't have to go and dress like that? I'm like, hell no, I'm going in proudly dressed like this. Like, seriously. And I swear one of the cowboys like didn't even move when I had to kind of scoot by him, but I didn't even register. So like this call to just be totally you without even thinking like, oh, I shouldn't walk into grain growers looking like a total hippie. I mean, I look like beyond hippie. I mean, these earrings might have been more hippie, but I was pretty much there, right? So lioness doesn't care. Like, lioness is like stalking into any situation, just totally in her power, right? So there's your first lioness example. Second lioness example from Melissa. So she did this on this, what is this? Oh, Yupo paper. So it's kind of got a glossy finish, but she really just let that see the same kind of radiant energy. And then she had this symbol kind of happen, almost like it's drizzy, and then the drips and the splatters, and almost like it's appearing from within the paper. So I love this. So you could do this with watercolor on anything. So again, this theme of just radiating, roaring into being. And then this one she did also, oh, it's still wet. That's okay. Let's do this. So look at how this one, like, it's kind of ghostly looking. So like, look at the eyes and the mouth, like it's this, like this apparition of a lioness. And again, as you paint this and you connect to this lioness energy, you're going to get ideas and thoughts. You're going to get insight into your own inner lioness. What does your own inner lioness want right now? Right? Does she need more room to roam? More freedom? Is she on the hunt? Is she hungry? Like, she needs inspiration? You know, what is it that your lioness wants? Just let that come to you. And then this page in my journal, this, I was excited because I thought this was going to end up showing you guys like the power of quote unquote making mistakes, right? Like, I kept trying to kind of do something and it didn't work. And then I ended up writing joy up here. I kept outlining with watercolor other lioness poses, and it just wasn't happening. And I kept being like, oh, that didn't work. And so I painted over it and just kept going, right? So a lot of times we let ourselves get stuck. You know, we allow the reality that's currently happening where things aren't proceeding the way we thought or the way we wanted. And then it's like, oh, this didn't work. This doesn't look good. I'm just going to stop. So this was like 4 different reiterations. And I'm not sure. I mean, it still kind of looks almost bearish. Maybe it's my bear lioness because I said they're coming through. So I wouldn't hold this up as like, hey, look at my perfect lioness, right? But this, for me, communicates lioness in this open roar. And I had written joy kind of big up here. And that's what made me realize I wanted the open mouth roaring into the space, and then this energy of joy kind of coming from her heart, radiating out. And what I love too about our creative practices is this one, like I'm just getting inspiration to focus on the roar, like the energy coming out of her mouth, maybe with some collage pieces or words or just more colors, just focusing on, okay, how are my words, you know, what I'm speaking? How can I create new awareness around maybe honoring my joy and that of those around me, right? So it's like allow the symbol to guide your meditation, and that can be super informative. And then also in the download, so my coaches and I created this Super Soul Flow coloring book that has sacred symbols in it. And one of them is the Lioness by Brendan Nicholas. And so it has a meditation here about lioness. So we'll have this download for you as well. And I love this one, how it looks very regal. She looks very regal, right? Mm-hmm. She's like out of Lion King, I think. Like Nala when she was fully grown. Go, Amber. So connect to your lioness. And so I'm just going to kind of take you on a meditation, a little kind of reading. Actually, I'm going to read from the Joy chapter. Oh, hold up. So here's the lioness from the chapter in my book. Look how juicy this book is, you guys. I love how our creative products, our creations, they really do have a life of their own. I mean, I feel that. And this book, my goal with this book was to love you all so much. My question was just, how can I love my reader even more? And so it has lots of full color spread. And so this was the lioness as she appeared from this other painting, which I have this canvas here. Okay, we'll do this heart canvas right here, becomes it's been lots and lots of paintings. So that used to be the lioness, and it used to be this elephant painting. And then on August 8th, 2015, 888, it was an 888 portal, I did, so this is why it has these golden eights. And it was about visioning into what we wanted to manifest. And I wanted to manifest and chose to vision into my best-selling book, which this is going to be a best-selling book. So, so this is the 888. And then I just started with the nose and the eyes. And you see how the lioness just appeared, right?
That's cool.
It was like she was coming through. And then this is her kind of finished. And the eyes just came out of nowhere.
Beautiful.
I'm not iGirl, but I can channel iGirl apparently. And so there's a, like I said, this is the animal totem, and then there's kind of a description and a meditation for each of these totems. So I'm just going to read this to you and allow the words to create images for you, okay? And allow them to kind of just wash away any of that kind of inner critic chatter, the monkey mind. Just really understand that you, as a woman unleashed, as a woman becoming more and more unleashed and untethered, is this lioness energy that wants to protect your most authentic expression, which is pure joy. I mean, that the truth of who we are is in joy and love. So close your eyes or focus on your painting, either way. Just allow yourself whatever wants to happen, right? So close your eyes and or take a deep breath and call to the lioness. You might even say out loud, I choose to connect to my inner lioness. I choose to connect to my lioness guide, my lioness totem. I choose to honor the lioness energy within me right now, right here, and allow her to speak to me. So see her appear in the distance. So just imagine, even if you look up from your journal, just imagine there's a lioness walking towards you. her shoulders shifting with each step. You've got that beautiful stride. So closer and closer, your lioness is coming, and you see this like golden light all around her. And she comes so close that you both become just embraced by this golden light and merge into one energy of joy and strength. So breathe in this feeling of just radiant strength and joy. You are so in your power right now. Holy moly. It's a good song, but okay. So now you are one with your lioness. And together you are going to roam and survey your dominion. So this could be your studio, your home, your whole community, where you go each day. You go to maybe your kids' school, or you go to work, you go out into your community. This is your dominion. You are free, you are strong, and you are one with the lioness. You bask in the golden sun, and you feel yourself bathed in an energy of confidence. And root your energy, feel your energy rooted into the temple of the earth. Lioness has a lot of earth energy as well. And as you breathe, connect to the feeling of openness. Like imagine your lioness self on this wide open savanna. You know, maybe you see the grasses blowing or the trees, like from a Lion King, you know, in the distance. Maybe a radiant sunset and the wind blowing through your hair or your fur. Now the lioness wants to ask you, what is caging you in? What is blocking your path? So just connect to that for a second. There's always something for all of us. We're constantly expanding. If we're constantly expanding, that means there's a place, a threshold that is the next level of expansion. So no matter who you are, myself and Amber, all of us, we all have that next level of expansion. So what is there guarding that threshold? It's not there to keep us small or afraid. It's there to empower and strengthen us, to illumine more of who we truly are. And it shows up as maybe an obstacle or a sticky part, but it's really there to strengthen you. So you maybe allow whatever that is to come into your mind, whether it's like a fence or a wall or a cage or thistles. You know, what is blocking you? And your lioness is going to walk right up to that obstacle. And she is going to roar it down. So walk up. So you might close your eyes now and just feel that energy, that thing that you know is coming next for you. There's something right around the corner. There's something right on the other side of that threshold that's calling you to show up, to lead stronger, louder, to be more authentically you, to radiate more divine light. So connect to that and understand that this threshold is here to inform you. And almost in celebration of your strength and celebration of the fact that you have chosen to be a woman unleashed and then turn around and lead others to new levels of personal freedom, just take in a deep breath and literally roar like, roar! Roar! Just like, be like, roar! Right? And just feel, it's like that fear, that obstacle is just like, yes, you got it. Bring it now. Now you may pass, right? It's like we just needed you to take back that strength, that roar, whatever that is for you, to create more of what you want. And as you do that, as you roar down the naysayers or the inner critic or the I'm not this enough or that enough, you take back, there's a part of you that's celebrating that joy that we're like bathed in when your soul is like, yes, 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 you got it, right? Like we showed you that obstacle, and instead of turning or allowing it to have more power over you, you roared it into alignment with what you as a divine, feminine woman unleashed is here to create in this world. And what we are here to create more of is joy. In the light of joy, criticism, negativity, denseness, hatred, violence cannot exist. It can't. If you guys haven't watched the video, the YouTube video by Martha Beck with the sugar pyramid, just Google Martha Beck sugar pyramid. She talks about like how this evolution, you know, how we're going to rise above, you know, just this whole paradigm of like wars and conflict and power over, right? And what she said is we're just going to be the energy of love and joy. And that's just going to ripple out, and it's just going to dissolve the pyramid structure, the ego, the fear. Just by our presence, we're just going to dissolve this old paradigm. It's not going to be an aggressive takeover or any sort of like, you know, conquering. It's going to be a dissolution, because it can't exist in the light of joy and contentment and gratitude. So this is what Lioness is here to show you, that the stories that have fenced you in, the limiting beliefs, that they are simply there to show you more of what's possible. And this Lioness energy is going to help you protect and defend and hunt that which brings you into alignment with your truth, with your authentic self, with your power, which is going to help you to feel more and more joyful.
Yeah!
You gotta share what you've been creating.
Oh, yeah. So I've been taking notes, and then I've got this side here. Hold on. It's the drippage, right? So here we go. I took notes when you were first talking.
Yes.
And then here we have protect my joy. I'm gonna print out the little face cutout thing. I'm gonna print that out and stick it in here, and I'm going to color it. So I'm excited about that. And then see what comes once I stick the head on, to see like what else wants to come. And then I was doing this one.
Oh, nice. Love it.
She's dripping, and here's my cage I was playing with. So I'm going to do a little note taking a little bit later about what came up for me when you were talking about caging. Yeah. So it's good.
Right?
Yeah.
Freedom and liberation is a big thing for me in this lifetime. And my last real threshold of liberation was an understanding that in any given moment, I can choose how I be in the world. And I got what I now call the cosmic chuckle. You know, all of us, I'm sure you watching this, we like to produce and create. We like to achieve. We want to show up powerfully in this world. I know that my business is like just symbolically a journey of taking back more and more of my power and my value, right? And the cosmic chuckle was like, girl, we don't care, like, you know, best-selling books, speaking on stage with whomever, like how you be in the world, the presence you create for others, that's the treasure. And you don't need money in the bank account. You don't need letters after your name. You don't need anything to be the way you want to be. It doesn't mean it's easy. And it's available to you. And the more time we can spend focusing on everything we can create rather than everything that's going wrong, right? Like complaining, like you don't complain anymore. I'm just declaring this to be true. You do not complain. And if you do, it's like, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to complain about that. I meant to paint a picture of what I know is possible in this situation and sending your creative energy there. You know, it's being the huntress of what's possible rather than being the victim of circumstances. That's where we are. That's the woman unleashed.
Heck, that's like a whole conversation, like all by itself. That, I mean, I've noticed the more I've grown as a person, like successful people, they don't complain. Like people that are making 7 figures more, like you don't hear them complaining. They're always into like gratitude and what's next and like abundance and flow as far as seeing opportunity, right? And being in that space. Complaining is like, you know, and I've been in that spot. So it's like, I love that you're saying, let's declare not to complain, because that energetically is going to shift stuff immediately. So.
And that's why I titled my book Rise Above. Like Rise Above was nowhere in the conversation, the dialogue of this book. I started writing in 2015. It was about getting into your super soul flow. Mm-hmm. And in order to get into that flow, the first step is to rise above those things that are keeping us heavy or making us lower our vibration, our expectations, our belief levels, and just the mantra of rise above, like rise above the small conversation or the pettiness or, you know, can you believe so-and-so did that? Like, it's just like, it's just so small in the grand scheme of things, and our ability to really rise above and look at life from a place of love and compassion and understanding and what's possible is right there for us right now. And I believe it's available to us now in 2017, even more than it was last year. You know, last year was really about wrapping up and learning all the ways we've allowed ourselves to be pulled down, and then we've liberated ourselves. In 2017 on is all about rising above and what's next and what's possible, not getting stuck in our experience up until now, because we are so much bigger than that. So much bigger.
We are so much bigger than that. Now, I know that you have a special gift so we have a couple things. Like you mentioned your book. So ladies, we have a special for you for the book. Okay. So Whitney, can you hold up your book so we can see just the book? We look at this, Rise Above. Look, it's so beautiful. And she's got also different exercises in here for you to connect creatively. We did the last chapter, right? We did part of we did Lioness chapter. We're at the end. You can do the rest of it. So I know, Whitney, you're going to talk about that, as well as you have a gift for our audience. So can you share that?
Yeah. So my gift that you want to go to, and then when you access the free gift, you're going to get a discount code off the book. So as a special gift. So I've created this super fun ebook, The Top 10 Signs That You Are a Rainbow Warrior. And you all are rainbow warriors. I live in the last part of the continental U.S. to be settled by the white man. So the Nez Perce Indians were here until 1877. And across the entire continent, there was a unifying story around the generation of people that would be born onto the planet from all different races. And they wouldn't be read on the outside, but they'd be read on the inside. Or we wouldn't all be read on the outside. We would be read on the inside. And we would be born right now together to create into reality the new earth. And I really feel like all of us who are attracted to creativity and color and symbols and images and what's possible, we are rainbow warriors. And in this top 10 signs you're a rainbow warrior, I promise you're going to get to know yourself in a whole new way. Like I used to be, my favorite latest epiphany was I was accused and still am accused of being gullible all the time. Gullible. You're so gullible, right? It doesn't feel good. You feel like, okay, I'm not quick enough, you know, like I'm just so quick to believe. And what I realized is we're gullible because we know what's possible. We know we live in this infinite universe. So there's no part of my being that when someone says something, I'm like, oh, that could never happen, or it's not true, or, you know, because the bigger part of me knows what we live in, that we live in this infinite multiverse. And so, you know, these ways that we have been been made to feel like the black sheep, it's just because you're a rainbow warrior. And so you're going to take back more of your power reading that ebook in like 2 minutes, right? It's super fun, super colorful. So, so when you go to opt in to get the ebook, you'll get the coupon code and the link to get $5 off my book. And then I also, because Amber just loves you guys so much, I've created kind of a video meditation where I am painting a large acrylic lioness and guiding you through the process, connecting to your inner lioness. So all of that will be made available to you.
Yay! So ladies, just go ahead and click the link below. I love this because you have all different things that, you know, Whitney throws things in there. So if you're connecting to this lioness energy and you're feeling like, okay, yes, I want to claim this energy that I have, like, I want to roar for, I want to protect my joy. I want to roar into that space, and you want to just take it to a different level. You know, we played some here, but if you want to go big or, you know, go further, Whitney's going to guide you in paint, like, so you can like be playing with it in paint and like go even deeper. So I love that she's taken like our journey to the next level, right? Version 2.0. And then you have a discount so for her book, which is super generous. Thank you so much, Whitney. I was like, please, can you give them something for my PayPal? So she arranged that, as well as the signs that, yes, you're not crazy, you're a rainbow warrior. So, so right below, go ahead and grab that. Whitney, thank you so much. Love you.
Love you too, Amber. Thank you. Bye,
You're
everyone.
welcome. All right, ladies, we'll see you at the next session. Enjoy. I cannot wait. Oh, I can't believe I almost forget this. Share in the Facebook group your lioness. Like, share images of her. Share what came up for, like, what you feel like you're protecting right now. If there is, you know, when we did the visualization and that conversation about like what's caging you in, if that came up for you, share in the group, and so we can all be there unleashing together the lionesses. All right. I'll see you in the group, ladies. Aloha.